Alright, cool. So we'll zoom in a little bit for that one. Out some. Alright, light's getting ready. We'll look at it and see. So we're looking, I don't know if Dragnet's calling it or not. I just fell in the middle for the straw hat.
He's the line judge.
He's the line judge?
He's looks like he's the line judge.
What's his number again?
I think that's good to go.
Alright, they're keying. We got one and worldwide going against each other right now. This is the side gate that you're listening to. Alright, guys. 2-pill class, round 1. We gotta keep up with who's winning though. Skinny Pimps on the right, we got Drifter on the left. If you look at the back right here, I'll move the camera over, this fellow on the phone back here, he's the one talking to the Watergate station right now. See who they call. I think Dragnet's the one on the Watergate station. Okay. So Dragnet's with the water.
Yep.
Well,
yeah, you can see him talking about it.
The Straw Hat's on the phone now.
Yep.
Dragnet's back to left. He's the one.
He's the black hat.
He's the one doing the. Yes, Dragnet's to left. He's the one doing the bracket. Yeah. Scorekeeping is this fellow Straw Hat. I need to figure out his handle.
So there's 2 straw hats.
Oh, okay, I see that. That one that on the left Straw Hat, I don't think he's part of the group.
I think that is Dragnet.
Dragnet's for sure the one in the black hat. The other fellow right here, the Straw Hat, I don't know. I saw his numbers a while ago. I need to go figure it out.
I'll go there.
Alright, it looks like it's a rekey. So rekey, 2-pill antenna, 2-pill class, multi-antenna, round 1. I ain't hearing about one in worldwide. We'll see who's gonna get it. Now again, I'm listening on the side gate, so don't pay attention to what I'm listening to. They're saying something about the light. I didn't hear what he's saying. 7Z1 DR, hello, hope you're doing well. YouTube land's doing good. Facebook land ain't figured it out yet. Yes, sir. Hello. Alright, so it's 2-pill multi-antenna class, round 1. We're still trying to figure out a winner, round 1. In between the trucks is the one doing the calls.
Drifter got it, I heard.
Drifter got it. He's about to hit that cone. That's bad to the bone. Telling him to stop. He's about to hit the cone.
Cone, man, cone.
Them cones, they take some abuse. So you can see these antennas on here. They don't drive around with these antennas. So of course they got to be careful when they're pulling out. But they'll pull out of the lane and then let somebody else pull up and go from there. So Skinny Pimp is pulling off of an antenna that he thinks might get hit, so he wants to be careful with it. So you just gotta throw that up on top of his truck so it doesn't break, or inside his truck so it doesn't break. So a lot of times what happens is these brackets can break when they're hey, thanks for the share on the live, appreciate that. Alright, so a lot of times these brackets can break whenever they're moving the trucks around, so you got to be careful. Either build your bracket beefy enough or just pull your antenna off in between moving it around. All right, so we're gonna go on to round 2 of 2-pill class, multi-antenna. Hello, Dylan. Hope you're doing well. Dylan Bonito. I hope you guys are doing well. So, Facebook guys, if you guys are just now seeing this, feel free to share this to the groups. I do appreciate you guys all. I can't do it because both my phones are tied up, so I'm relying on you guys. But this is going to be, hopefully Brown Hornet will make it in here and we can get it into his room. He was asking to put it in his room. So this is 2-pill antenna class, round 1. So this is a competition. You see these big antennas on top of these vehicles driving by. They run a RF system and they basically line up in a lane, and it's the equivalent of an RF drag race, is the way I call it. A communications drag race is the way to explain it for most guys. So they'll wait till the light turns green. When the light turns green, they will key. Thank you. Appreciate that.
He's in there. He put it in there now.
Okay, he already got it.
Yeah,
Brown Hornet was ready. He's seen it earlier on both my lives. So cool. Brown Hornet got it shared. It's the equivalent of, like I said, a communications drag race. They'll line up on these cones right here. When they line up on these cones, there's a light that turns green. When that light turns green, they have a limited amount of time to get to the receiving station. Whoever has the most intelligible time on the keydown station, or the receiving station, is the one who wins the key, and they move on to the next round. So that's just something for you guys to know. Whether it's a 15-second key or 10-second key, doesn't matter which one. Whoever has the most time on the gate is the one who wins on the receiving station.
6 controlling seconds.
Yeah, 6 controlling seconds what they go for. They let them spool up on AC. I need to talk to them about the AC classes, but it's always 6 controlling seconds on them, or they just give them 5 seconds to spool up. I don't know, because they let them key for 15 seconds on any AC classes. 1, 2, 3, alternator, multi, and sky.
I wonder if it's timed. If they time it for 5 seconds, and,
I don't know.
And then they hit the green light.
That's what I wonder. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I know they let them spool up the whole time.
I'll ask him next time I talk to him.
Yeah. I need to make sure, but 6 controlling seconds is what we're shooting for. The most amount of time on the gate. So the most amount of time, the most average time. If you had 6 seconds on the gate, that means you got more than 60% of the time that there was receiving. So that means you won that key. Zach to Zach, hope you're doing well. Wally, hello. Appreciate you, Dylan. Thanks for hanging out. Had Argentina in here earlier checking the stuff out, so hope you guys are enjoying it. At some point in time, I'll put this stuff on Instagram. I don't know how to share it over there right now, so it is what it is. The Instagram guys were ready last time. I had I think 1.7 million of them saw the Arkansas key.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Instagram of all places.
Getting big too.
TikTok, well, I had 600,000 on one TikTok, 500,000 on another TikTok, and on that TikTok I had 400,000. Facebook, I had 500,000 on that TikTok, but Instagram had 1.7 million.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, not the fact that it's any of them's one more popular than another. It's just what people want to see at that particular point in time. So for whatever reason, Instagram, even when I had 24 people on my Instagram, they 1.7 million of them wanted to see it.
Wow.
It's crazy. You'd think my most popular, I got 8,000 on Facebook or 9,000 on Facebook now, and you'd think that would be where the most popular video is. Nope.
It's so cool that it's that much recognition.
Exactly. That's the goal. Well, that's the whole point for it. You need all that to key for a 2-pill. Well, kind of. You do need all that to key for a 2-pill, because the 2-pill class is a regulated class. So you have a limited amount of output. So if you have a limited amount of output, what you have to do is bring it up in every other way possible. Bring it up in voltage, bring it up to the very limit of voltage that they allow you to run it in, bring it up to the most antenna with the highest gain. Try to set up an antenna that's able to push the other individual's antenna system away to try to knock their pattern off. There's all kinds of other tips and tricks you're going to try to get into to try to win in a class that's regulated. It's like in NASCAR, they had the notorious guy. He wasn't cheating, he was just bending the rules. They told him you could only have so big of a fuel tank, so he run a 1-inch fuel line and held an extra 2 gallons of fuel in there. And then they end up banning that. Then they said he couldn't have a normal bodied car, so he shaved the body of the car all the way down to where it was paper thin. And the only reason he ever got caught was one of the officials' elbows went through the roof. So, needless to say, you're going to push everything you possibly can in each class to try to see if you can win that class. You're going to run the most amount of drive possible. You're going to run the most amount of voltage possible. You're going to run everything you can to possibly win that class, because it's regulated. So you'll see 5 and 6 antennas on there. That's because if you only have 2 antennas, then you're not as directional as these guys, so you'll lose the key. There's only one station you're keying to, and that's the Watergate station, the station that's receiving you. Keying, of course, for the guys that don't know, that's transmitting. So there's only one station you're transmitting to. So anybody let me know how these videos are doing. Make sure that the quality is up there. Let you guys see what's going on. So we're looking at the back right here. This fellow with a straw hat, he's on the phone. The fellow on the right with a black hat. There's 2 straw hats, the smaller straw hat of the 2. The fellow with the black hat, he is the one running the brackets. Somebody bumped. So they're letting them bump for whatever reason. So somebody just did a bump real quick just to see.
What's a bump?
This is audio, just quick. Just keep, bam, bump the microphone. Oh, I guess tell them these guys what a bump is. They keyed the microphone for a second just to run a test real quick, I guess. I don't know if it was one of the keyers or if it's just somebody close by did that. Not really soul power, but there's definitely a lot of nuance to it. I will explain as much as I know, and then if you get into it as a hobby and you enjoy it and you want to build one of these trucks, then I can definitely help you find some people. Hey, Yutaka, Tomoe, thank you. I appreciate you coming back. This fellow's from Japan, doesn't speak any English at all, but he likes to support my lives. So.
It doesn't
Thank you.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a Suburban either. People
oh yeah, for vans. Sure. Yeah, we got vans. There's been a bicycle that's keyed.
I did it with my old '94 Explorer for the longest time.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Hello, 520 in Memphis, or 520 in Memphis, I believe. I'm not sure. Hope you're doing well, man. All right. He's saying, hang on, he ain't got his box keyed up or his coax plugged in because he's waiting for that bump or for that key. All right, they're revving. You can hear the trucks rev up. So I'll set the receiver back over here until we hear it real quick, and I'll bring it back up so you guys can listen to their trucks. They won't rev a whole lot in a 2-pill class because it's not drawing a whole lot on their alternators. So I'll bump that down real quick. So letting you see both of these trucks, the way they're set up, the way they're lined up. Let's get through some of the smaller classes, Dave. So we'll see. We're hearing something on the. Well, nope. Somebody said not to key. So there was an error in the key. We'll see what happened. Uh-oh. Try to crank. What's he trying to do? Sounds like a starter for a second. Well, what's going on there? Oh, we couldn't start the truck.
You probably got a tooth missing on the flywheel or something.
Yeah. David, they don't really tell everybody, not yet. Yeah, you'll have to wait till the classes move up. I'll move into that in a little bit. Looks like Rock's pulling out for now. They're calling him forward, telling him to watch out so they don't.
I don't know.
See those antennas shaking? They got to be careful when they're moving because it'll be a little bit too much force on the top of their antennas. So you got to drive slow and drive easy. Alright, so that was round 2. It was Rockman versus Eagle 1. That's who that was. Rockman was on the left, Eagle 1 was on the right. I didn't announce it, I'm sorry. Alright guys, next trucks are pulling up for the next round. When I do Drifter. Alright, they're not calling the winners, so I'll have to go get the winners. Give me just a second. Let me run over there and holler and get the winners real quick. Yutaka, I'll talk to you soon. I'm sorry I haven't been able to. Hey, thank you. Arigato, Yutaka. Fury. Alright, we'll figure out who got that round. I'm pretty sure that Eagle 1 got that round. Actually, I'm pretty positive Eagle 1 got it. I'll check and see who called the round. Give me just a second, I'll tell you who won. Now this is 441 versus Drifter right now. Hey, got it round. Eagle got it? Okay. So Eagle 1 got round 2. That's all I needed to know. So Eagle 1 got round 2, and we'll check and see who gets the next round. This is 441 versus Drifter. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying it right here. Like I said, this is round 3 right here, 2-pill class. These are multiple antennas right here. You can see the front of these antennas on top of their trucks. I've got a receipt. What's up, Sticky Fingers? Hope you're doing well. It's regulated by class, not regulated by wattage. So this is 2-pill class. The next class will be 4-pill. So it's just the number of devices is what the way they call it out. They don't have a specific number that's regulated by. All right. What's up, Ice Cream Man on the Buckeye? Hope you're doing well, man. Big Hammer in the Diesel man. Appreciate you. Thanks for sharing the live. Thanks for the follow, Bodman. Appreciate you. Alright guys, if you don't mind, share it in the groups, let everybody else see it. I didn't get around to sharing this stuff, so it is what it is. It's my fault. I don't know if I'll be at Tennessee break. I'm not sure about that one. If you're talking about Manchester, it's not a break. Let me know what that break is in Tennessee. I'm not sure about it. I'll be in Jonesville. Alright, I'm here in Worldwide, but we'll see who they call. So it's 441 versus Drifter. I'll run up there and see what happens real quick. I'll see who gets that round. I'm gonna go up there each time, figure out who gets each round. Drifter got that one, so it's gonna be the truck on the left that got it. The Drifter got that glass. So Drifter is in the white truck. 441 was in the van. So we'll zoom out just a smidge so you guys can see what's going on around them. All right, so now here we go into the next one. What's up, Cletus? Hope you're doing well. Yutaka, I can't see your comment. I'll see if I can get it translated in time. Or if I got a game. I'm not sure. All right, so this will be round. So Golden Boy's in this box truck over here. He said he's gonna key. Look at that. This box truck on the right said he's gonna key. That'd be funny. That would be hilarious if he keys. That'd be pretty cool. All right, so next round we'll see who runs next. We'll go for the so we had a bye for one, so there was 4 people that keyed in the semifinals. This should be the finals right here. I think it's going to be who won the other round. Let me try to remember. I normally write this stuff down, but it is what it is. So this is 2-pill. It should be finals right here, 2-pill class, multi-antenna. Rotate it over here. Let's see if I can see over here with you guys. Nope, I'm bumping it too much. All right, so we'll see who pulls up next, and it should be who's in the finals. Looks like Eagle One and Drifter for the finals, I think. Sorry, I'm getting in front of the camera, but I gotta find a spot to be real quick. Truck racing, live truck racing with drifting and keying challenges. Let's see, guess which truck was. That's hilarious. An AI overview, AI summary, that is. So get that thing focused real quick. Give me just a second. Bump it down. So this is a Keydown for anybody who doesn't know. We're at 2-pill class right now. We'll move some stuff over real quick. Give me just a second. Alright, got the receiver over here. It was kindly donated by, or borrowed by 394. He was kind enough to let me use his receiver. Just some little handheld he's got. Ouch. If you guys don't mind, like I said, feel free to share it with your friends or in your groups. That way more people can see what's going on. I want more people to get involved with these events, so that's the goal. So I'll bump that over a little bit. We'll probably zoom in just a smidge right there, and just a smidge right there.
So that last round, Rockman Blue.
Yeah, Rockman Blue, so I ain't gonna be keying again. So it should be, this is final right now, right?
It should be final right now, Eagle and Drifter.
Yeah, because we had a bye, and the bye was the third round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, no, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be round.
Well, that van, was that van knocked out?
What?
Was Eagle's van?
Yeah, stick 441 got knocked out by Drifter.
Okay.
I believe so. So this is a Keydown. This is 2-pill class, multi-antenna right now. Let's see if I can get that thing to focus again. Like, for whatever reason, it's deciding to be stupid. Zoom out just a smidge, get it to focus in. They can run the whipping sticks, so if you over here, we've got 394 set up. He's got the Immortals on there right now, and he does have some whipping sticks. They could if they wanted to. What level ground are they pointed downward, or is the camera angle? So if you look right here to the right, it does go a little bit down a hill, but then it goes right back up. There's a little bit of a gully. They're sitting flat on level ground. I'm down a hill right now is what I'm at right now. Saludos, George. Hope you're doing well. I don't know how to say saludos. It's like hello, I guess. Yeah, it's level where they're at. Donde? Donde means what? What are they transmitting? Somebody tell him in Spanish, Espanol if you can, communications drag race. Alright, there's that key. They open the doors, you can see them getting out of their trucks. Pasa, I don't know what's about that. West Palm Beach. Drifters on the right. These ones on the left. I don't know why I didn't hear the key. They fist bump. They're going to the gate. Huh. I wonder why I didn't hear it. Are they inspecting first? What are they doing? Alright, so like I said, we got 2-pill class finals right now. They are talking to a receiving station that's about 40 or 50 miles away. No, he's 50 miles away. He was an hour away, but probably 30 miles away. So the receiving station's about 30 miles down the road. They're using Christmas trees like in drag racing. They kind of are using a Christmas tree like in drag racing. So they have a red light and a green light here. At some places they'll have a red, green, and yellow light. But here they just got a small antenna. So if you look to the right here, I haven't announced the channel yet because the classes are too small. There are unfortunately individuals that'll get in here and interfere with these events. If I had a way that everybody could just listen and nobody's affecting anything, it would be good. Copy the long distance judging over there in Phoenix. I had Maui and California both when AC Sky keyed in New Orleans heard the same thing that the receiving station did. That was pretty cool. They're telling to hold on. All right, looks like you're keying now. We're listening for them to key. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you, Hound. For the TikTok guys that didn't see the tree, it's over there. You see that light right there? It's got a green and red light on it. See if they key. We'll hear them in just a second. They're both getting ready. So the fellow with the straw hat in the middle has to be on the phone with the receiving station to make sure that everybody can copy that, trucker Jeremiah. So they're talking to the receiving station on that phone, and he has to make sure they're ready to record on the receiving station. So as soon as he gives that call right there on that straw hat over to the fellow on the right with the one who's running the light, then they'll turn the light green, and then they'll have the timed event. So it's 10-second key for 6 controlling seconds. Whoever holds the most time on that key is the one who wins that round. This is the finals of the 2-pill multi-antenna class right now. Copy the looking hot from Canada. Here it goes. One and worldwide, both. So I'm hearing both of them, so we'll see who won. One of them says worldwide, one of them says one. They get to call for whatever they want to call for. Everybody gets to sign up for whatever number you want to be calling. So sign-ups are at the very beginning at the same time the drawings are when you sign up for the event. So see who gets the class. Eagle and Bad to the Bone are talking right now. Eagle's in the pink right there, pinkish peach shirt. Bad to the Bone's the blue shirt. They're both having some words, talking back and forth about something. Don't really know. Eagle thought it was funny, whatever it was. They're going to the gate. We'll see what happens. See him on the phone over there on the left. Well, Eagle opened his door. We can't see him on the phone no more. He's still on the phone. I can see him behind the door. So we got a little bit of bleed over from another channel. Hopefully it's not going to interfere with the Keydown, but we'll see. Why so far away? The receiving station, they just want to get a fair shot. It's usually between 15 and 30 miles away. The longest ones I've seen is about 40 miles away, I think. Oh, me? I'm staying back to be nice and kind to these guys. Usually it's kind of rude to be able to get up in their business, and also especially at the direction that I'm pointed. So I'm in front of their antennas the way I'm at right now. Yeah, well, I have to ask to be able to do that, David. So what I try to do is whenever it comes to the keydowns and stuff, I try to be, oh, Eagle got it. Eagle won the finals. Eagle won the 2-pill antenna class. So we're moving on to 4-pill class, round 1 next. As soon as the next trucks come in, that'll be 4-pill class. So the reason that I don't is because my goal is to increase the viewership for these events, and the people that come here, as far as individuals and stuff like that, it's kind of like a drag car where you open inside somebody's vehicle and you ask to look up underneath their hood. A lot of times, as far as I'm aware, in the drag community, that's very frowned upon. So as far as the radio community, it's kind of like that. They don't really care for the stuff like that. It takes a lot of work to build their stations, and they don't necessarily want to give it away to people for free. I have had several people that are willing to. I've got one truck that's an AC truck that's willing to do a video, and I've already done a video on a DC truck. So we may do some more videos in the future for the keyers that are willing to do stuff like that. For the guys who are not willing to do that, we're not going to do something. We're not going to force them to do something they don't want to do, because this is their stuff. This is their competition. We're here to spectate and enjoy and just hang out with them. So that's the goal. The goal is to try to be respectful and to make this a fun event for everybody. So you just got to deal with everybody. Everybody's a different type of person. Some people are super open and super willing to share. Other guys are super competitive, and they just want to figure out as much as they can to try to win. So it just is what it is. We got to deal with that, and that's the nuance that you have to deal with in this stuff. We will absolutely talk about who we can get in their trucks and check out their stuff at some point in time, but we will figure that out later on. Thanks for the likes, guys. I do appreciate you guys. If you guys don't mind, share the video or tap the screen. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thanks for checking out this stuff. There's plenty of you guys already did it, so I do appreciate it. Had 96 people in TikTok a while ago.
Oh, really?
That's hanging out. They getting a little impatient, waiting for the next one to come up. Where's that beeping coming from? It's not this.
I don't hear beeping.
Yeah, it's back in here probably.
Oh, it's yours. It's going to tell you to. It's going to turn on.
What is that thing?
Vehicle ready to start. Switch on. Just got that back.
No, that's fine. Just leave it on. If it turns off, I'll turn it back on.
A lot of these newer cars have that feature where if it's running, if it detects if it's running for a while, it'll cut itself off for like, you know.
Yeah, it's not saying it's going to cut it off. It's just some other weird statement. Something about batteries.
Yeah.
It ain't doing it right now. It's fine, I guess. I don't really care though, because if it turns it off, I'll just turn it back on.
Right. It's a rental, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't care. I'll run the gas hose out and put some more gas in it. Okay. That's whatever.
Hey, you're cool. Rental car.
505. Please appreciate you standing by. Wildcat. Hey, thanks for hanging. Oh, never mind. Copy that. Big Hammer. I don't know where Wildcat's at, but hello. Oh, Rat Trapper, Connecticut. Somebody's in Connecticut saying hello on another video. All right, guys. Like I said, next round's going to be 4-pill class, round 1. So when you see them pull up, this will be 4-pill class, and you guys will get to see them. I'm going to turn the volume down until the next cut trucks pull up, and we will go from there. So if anybody is familiar with these events, by all means, they're cool. If anybody is not familiar with these events, feel free to ask a question. It does not hurt my feelings at all for you guys to get curious. So there you go, J Wright 333. So this right now, I'm not showing you guys anything, so I'll just go ahead and rotate to some trucks real quick so you guys can see them. So I'll rotate 2 of these trucks so you guys can see what's going on. I'll rotate back to the other trucks once we get back going. So what you're doing is you're watching a Keydown, is what this is called. It's the equivalent of a communications drag race. So these guys in communications are transmitting their equipment to a receiving station. There is a lane they have to get into. They're directional antenna systems, and they're pointed towards a receiving station. That receiving station listens to them for a set period of time, usually 10 seconds. Whoever has 6 controlling seconds, or the most amount of time on that key, are the people who move up to the next round. It's a classed event, so it's controlled by devices. So in the DC classes, it's 2-pill, 4-pill, 8-pill, and 16-pill. And then for the AC classes, it's controlled by alternators. 1 alternator, 2 alternator, 3 alternator, and then AC Sky. There's also a DC Sky. Sky is exactly what it sounds like. Sky's the limit. These events, like I said, they're not specified for a specific frequency, but it depends on the specific club that's running the event on what frequency it's going to end up being. This one specifically is, excuse me, I'm trying to see what the heck's going on over here. Alright, so the next truck is going to pull up. They're drawing, I think they're drawing again. Let me get over here, see if you guys can barely see their heads over here. So you see everybody's heads over there. Let me rotate that way a little bit. There is a group of people right there. See those guys over there? What they're doing over there is they are drawing out of, well, I think it's 1 through 6 or whatever, depending on how many people's keying. They're drawing to see who's going to be keying the next class. They pick that based off of how many people's in line, or excuse me, they pick that based on how many people's in that class. Once everybody picks their numbers, then they draw up the brackets. The fella over here, let me move it over to the right. The fella over here in the black hat, he is the one who draws up the brackets. So he lines them up, sets them up in order based off the numbers that they picked. The fella in the straw hat over here on the right is the one who talks to the Watergate station. And the other 2 individuals over here on the right, I think it's the other straw hat individual right here, he is the one that is actually controlling the light. The fellow that's beside him, I cannot tell who that is. I don't remember offhand. It's not, don't look like 006, it's somebody else. So I'm not sure. Like I said, this is going to be the next class. We're going to go into the 4-pill class. They've already picked the order of the contestants, so they're going to get everybody lined up. The 1 truck's pulling back for a 2 antenna. He's getting out of the way doing something. Then we're going to go ahead and see what's happening next. I'm not sure who's going to pull up next. I think it might be Rockman. I'm not sure. We'll see what he does over here. So we're watching these, the officials basically is what we're watching right now. So these are the guys that control the event. Everything they do is what determines whether this event happens or not, doesn't happen. If one of them's not here doing something, they're not talking to the receiving station. If the other one's not setting up the brackets, they don't know who's keying next. If the other one's not running the light, then we don't know when to key. I don't know, Johnny. I did not ask. They said it's an hour away. I did not ask which direction. I should have asked, but I did not ask. So normally I'm a little bit more prepped on stuff like that. I'll ask questions, but sometimes I forget. What's up? What's on my way down? Had to turn 6. Oh no, Boxcar Willie. That sucks. Well, hopefully everything goes well for you, man. I'll be praying for you. Hopefully everything's all right, man. I'll see you the next week. Heck yeah, man. I'll see. I guess probably Jonesville is next. I think it's what's next. The next one coming up. Jonesville or either Greenville. So I'll see you at either one of those. Appreciate you, Boxcar, man. Thanks for supporting the videos, man. Appreciate you checking them out. Yeah, Boxcar Willie is another guy. He's a really good competitor at these events. He has a lot of fun, so he's in the comments over here. Hopefully you guys get to tell him that you're rooting for him for next round, next time. So Boxcar, I did something pretty cool this last time. You weren't here, so I will tell you about it on here if you hang around on this video and hear it for long enough on over there on YouTube. So what I did is I'm trying to do a thing now where I go around and talk to every keyer. So what I'll do is I'll walk up to the keyer, I'll ask them who they are for the video's sake, and then ask them which classes they're going to be keying in that day. And it's something cool for all the people that's watching to be able to kind of go back and check out and see who's keying and see who the individual is that's on each round. So I think it'll be pretty cool. So I think it'll be nice. Ask about the next round. This AI summary thing, it's just sitting there listening to me. All right, guys. Like I said, we're watching the officials. They're just talking right now. So that's kind of how stuff goes. Referees sit there and talk for a bit. So we will rotate around to some more trucks so we can sit there and watch them. So we got 2 trucks over here. We'll just sit there, look at Skinny Pimp and Rockman's truck over there. And then when they call them out and pull them out, they're pointing at some of them right now. So we'll see who they're going to call to come out and key next. I think DWB is probably one of the smartest guys here. If you look over his truck, he's actually got, you guys can't see it over there on Facebook and him. He's got those that reflector in his windshield, being smart about that, keeping all that extra stuff off of his truck. Skinny Pimp's over there chilling out, just waiting. We will see. Waving a hand from Daytona. Hope you're doing well, man. We're in West Palm Beach right here. Yeah, for sure, man. The goal is to get all the people that watch these videos recognizing the keyers. So that's the plan. That's what I want to do. I want to set up an event. We're doing an event, and I'm supporting it with my RF supply this October. It's the 4th Saturday in October. So when we do the event, I'll have it set up where we got an announcer. So it's set up where you've got somebody on a big microphone. It's going to say for the 2-pill class, right? I've already got a sponsor set up. So I've got a sponsor setting up to pay out every single class before anybody even shows up. So everybody gets paid regardless of whether or not there's a certain amount of trucks that show up or anything like that, because it's all the classes are sponsored. I've got 7 preliminary sponsored out of 9. 5 of them guaranteed. I've just got to call back some more guys and figure out which classes they're going to be doing. And then the directors are around half wave. The driven and the reflector are quarter wave. They're limited to that. All right, so let's go back and finish this thing about the Keydown real quick. So there'll be an announcer. It'll be like, say, the truck's sales, 2-pill class, round 1, and then I'll give every keyer a little one-liner to say. That way everybody has a chance to be able to recognize somebody by whatever cocky thing they say or whatever nice thing they say. Doesn't matter what it is, but they'll have something to be recognized by. So I think it'll be cool. It'll be a nice event. That'll be in the 4th Saturday in October. The weekend before Halloween. So I'll have a flyer posted out on that here in the groups, and I'll be sharing it with the keyers. I've talked to most of the keyers already, but there's more keyers I need to speak with. Talked to Reject and a bunch of those other guys already too. All right, so Eagle 1 is going to be keying the 2-pill class right now. He is 1 truck in round 1, so we'll see who the second truck's going to be. I think Eagle 1 is. He looks like he's pulling back out now, so we'll see. They might have flipped. No, he's just lining up. So they usually flip a coin for which lane gets picked. It's Drifter and Eagle 1. That's who it is. So we will adjust the tell it to focus. Hey, thanks, Muhammad. Appreciate the gifts. I do not need gifts. Thank you very much. I appreciate those. I do not have to have gifts, though. Thank you very much, though. If you guys want to do something really, really nice for me, please share the events. That's what will be great. If you guys can share this stuff with your friends, tap the screen, that's all I need. I don't need, if there's any money coming out of your pockets, please don't. I really, really appreciate it, but don't. It's not my goal to try to make money off of people watching these things. I really want more people just to see them. So whatever we can to share these things, thank you guys. 73 from Saudi Arabia, thank you, appreciate you, Muhammad. Diego 73, hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. So I want more people to see these. I think we've had about 3 million people saw the last video of those antennas arcing. My goal is for more people to be able to see these events and make it to these events. So I think it'd be very cool to be able to have more people hanging out and checking out these things. So that's the goal for me. That's my future. My future is to make these events bigger. Of course, there's other events I want to help out, like Dayton, Hamfest, and stuff like that, and like Hamcation, stuff like that. I'm not sure how big of a help I will be, as there's other guys that probably have a little bit more influence than me that help those events already. But these events are not getting the love. So I really want to do whatever I can to support them. All right, so he told me to turn the light on. Here they go. Worldwide in one, both keying. Alright, let's see who gets it. So he's on the phone, the fellow in the straw hat to the left. I'll bump the camera over a little bit so you guys can see the fellow in the straw hat. He's walking around with a phone. So I'll zoom out just a smidge real quick, so you guys can see him while we're seeing the keyers. So I'll bump the camera where he's at the very end of the video. Right there. I think that'll work. So I'll zoom in just a little bit more. We're watching that fellow on the left on that phone. We want to see what he does. We'll try to. All right, they shook hands. Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. So that was Drifter and Eagle 1. They shook hands. Let's go figure out who won. 4-pill class, round 1. So that was 4-pill, round 1. We'll see who won it, and we'll go from there. Give me just a second. Let me go talk to them real quick. Eagle 1 got 4-pill class, round 1. So it's Communications Keydown, Kufan. Appreciate you hanging out and watching this stuff. So it's a communications drag race is what I'll call it. That's the easiest way to explain what these events are. Appreciate y'all liking these videos. I do appreciate y'all doing all that stuff. It's very appreciated for sure. This is 4-pill class, round 2. It's going to be 441 versus, it looks like Rockman, I believe. That's who's going to be keying next. Brown Hornet, thank you for hanging out on the YouTube too. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, man. How much does it cost to build something like that? I would say depending on how handy you are. If you're not very handy and you need to pay somebody to do all the work, you could probably have about 20 or 30,000 tied up in it. If you are handy and able to do a lot of the work yourself, you'll have a lot of hours in it, but you can probably get out the door for probably 10 grand for a reasonable truck. Not nothing great or nothing, not with no new motor or nothing, for the lower DC classes. For some of the AC classes, you'll probably have closer to 50 or 60,000 tied up for bigger motors and putting all that stuff in yourself. Now, if you're paying somebody else, it just depends on how much labor is involved paying them and what they charge. That's a little bit of an idea. Yeah, for sure. I have YouTube, I got Facebook, and I got Instagram. You got any questions, just give me a shout. I will try to share and try to help you with whatever I can. I'm not an expert by any means. All right. If anybody has more questions, we will talk more about it. At some point in time, we'll do another little walkthrough of a truck and let you guys see one of these DC trucks, whichever one is willing to share their truck. We'll kind of do a little interview and let them show their truck off. Some guys are more secretive about that, so we'll figure out who wants to do that. So they're going to be sending a signal to a receiving station. They are capable of receiving, but that's not the point of these events. These events are just sending the signal to a station that's usually between 15 and 40 miles away. Maybe, I think there might have been one event that's 50 miles, but most of the time between 15 and about 40 miles away. And whoever has the most time on that receiving station is the one who wins. They line up in these lanes right here, the left and right hand lane right there, and then what they'll do is they'll have a light, and that light will change colors from red to green. Sometimes they'll have a yellow light too for telling everybody to get ready and prepped. And what will happen is they will have a I'm sorry, I'm still looking at other things happening on my thing. All right, let me remember what I said. What they'll do is they'll key for 10 seconds, and whoever gets 6 controlling seconds of that key is the one who moves on to the next round. If you're a single elimination, once you're eliminated, you're eliminated. There is sometimes you'll get a bye. If there's an odd number of keyers, they'll move up to the semifinals and stuff like that. They'll win a round automatically. And that's kind of how this works. So it's very similar to drag racing, but they're just sitting still. And when they produce their power, they get bigger motors, they get bigger, all sorts of different stuff to try to, a bigger crankshaft pulley and stuff like that. And all that stuff is to turn alternators so they can produce power. They're converting the kinetic energy and the thermal energy in an explosion over to electromagnetic energy in order to power an alternator, and that turns that into more electromagnetic energy electrical energy into electromagnetic, from there into an RF signal. Drag racers, they'll convert that kinetic into more kinetic and throw that into the ground. And that's what they do to drive down the road. So the beginning process is very similar, but everything else is completely different. So they're still throwing signal down the road rather than throwing rubber down the road. So the stronger signal it's the one who holds the longest period of time, 6 controlling seconds of a 10-second key. So if somebody was saying a statement, they get to pick the statements they want to say before they sign up for it when they first pay to get to enter. And say one of them picks worldwide, one of them picks one of them picks relay, anything they want to say to be recognized. So if relay was heard for 6 seconds and worldwide was heard for 3 seconds, then relay wins. If one was heard for 2 seconds, another was heard for 2 seconds, then it's a rekey. It has to be something that's a clear winner. So the receiving station is the one who determines that. They call the winner based off the fellow on the telephone. I'm doing an event supporting an event that's happening in October. I'm sponsoring a part of it. It's a Wolfman event in October, where there will be an announcer to announce all this stuff. But we'll talk more about it once the event gets a little bit closer. That is going to be in Georgia, and that's going to be a pretty cool setup. These are cool, and I appreciate all of them, and they do awesome. And it's been this way for a long time. They have 3 people that run the field. A lot of times, sometimes even one person does it all. But they'll have somebody on the phone with the keyers, with the Watergate station, with the receiving station. I say Watergate because that's what they call it, but receiving station is for the general person to understand. And there'll be somebody running the brackets to figure out who's keying next, and there'll be somebody who runs the light. There's definitely events where one person does all three of these things at once. Sometimes they'll pick one, sometimes they'll pick worldwide, sometimes they'll pick 9, sometimes they'll pick relay. Whatever's the most intelligible statement to be able to say to be recognized in a key. So if I said, I'm D-Win, I am D-Win, I am D-Win, that's not super recognizable when you're tied up in a key. So when you're talking and you're transmitting, you have to say something that's very intelligible. So a lot of times they'll pick numbers because everybody can understand what a number is. Sometimes they'll pick like a two-piece statement, relay, because then there's only 2 syllables to it, and it's relay. You can kind of hear what's happening, and you'll be listening for those syllables. Worldwide's 2 syllables also. Worldwide. So that's what they're going for. And then for the single syllables, they kind of bunch them together or try to slow them down. Sometimes they'll say 999. Sometimes they'll say 9999 real fast, and other times they'll do 99 and slow it down. So they'll pick their cadence. So let me pass a puzzle real quick so I can get past this live on TikTok. After I've been live for an hour, I have to do a puzzle. And they take all that stuff off before they drive home? Yes, they take all the stuff before they drive home. They compete for a pot, so there's a buy-in. You buy in with a certain amount of money, and then the club takes a certain amount of money, and you get whatever the rest of the payout is, the one who wins. Sometimes, if there's enough people keying, they will have a bonus set up for that to pay out for that class. So you'll have extra money that'll get paid out if, say, sometimes the rules for the clubs are if 2 or more are keying, or 4 or more are keying, or 5 or more are keying. So if there's more keyers show up, it pays out more money. That's the goal that these clubs are doing. This is West Palm Beach. So we are currently, like I said, actually we're really near Riviera Beach right now is where we're at. All right, so we're about to key. Second round, 441 versus Rockman. We'll turn the volume up. All right, they finished that key. I didn't have the volume up, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. So, what's up, Lumberjack? Waving a hand, man. So, there are definitely some guys that are broadcast engineers that have expressed interest in getting into this stuff. Some RF engineers have expressed interest in getting into this stuff. There's some ham operators and amateur operators that will get into these events. There's some guys that only do strictly competition, and then other than that, they don't do anything else. And there's other guys who are like skip stations and stuff like that. How far does it go? It can go. I mean, it travels to space realistically. In the right conditions, the top layer, your signal will be bounced off the top layer of the atmosphere, the ionosphere, the top layer of the atmosphere, which is the ionosphere. It'll bounce back somewhere else in the world. That's really unintentional. That's not really the goal. It follows the curvature of the Earth. The Earth stops. It goes straight. The Earth curves. At a certain point, it just continues straight. Normally, it would just go out into space and into nothing because your signal just travels straight. From that point, the guys that are what these guys are trying to do, though, is they're only talking to a station that's between 30 and 40 miles away. So if anything's messing up on YouTube or Facebook, please let me know, guys. I appreciate you guys doing that. It would help tremendously if you guys could share the videos, especially Facebook and stuff. It just sometimes people don't get a chance to see this stuff. I generally don't talk about the frequency until they move up in classes. Nong, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hold anybody back from hearing it right now, but we try to move up a little bit further into the classes that are not going to get interfered with, because the last thing we want to happen is somebody coming in and interfering and holding up the event. So it's not something that's meant as any disrespect. It's just something we try to be careful of. Wish this car would stop beeping at me. What is the YouTube? The YouTube is under the same name as D-Win's RF Supply. Same name as everything. So, alright guys, if you guys got questions, you guys want to know anything, if you guys feel like sharing the video with your friends, feel free to. If you have an event some of the groups that you'd like to share it to, feel free to share it with groups. The whole goal is to have a lot of people to be able to see these events. I want to make these things a regular, like, household occurrence for people. So this is just another thing people can go and see. They just keyed. I need to do one real quick. Give me just a second. You guys will hear it. Did they just send anything or just key a mic? Key a mic. I'm hearing one right now, but this is a side key. This is not what the receiver's hearing. So they're saying worldwide in one right now is what they're saying at the moment. So we will see who gets that round. So this fella on the left over here on the phone, behind these vehicles, is the one on the phone with the Watergate station. So we will see who they call as winners from here. It's the second time they've keyed. They can't call a winner, so what they're doing is they're going to rekey. So they're swapping lanes. When you rekey twice, you have to swap lanes. I appreciate you, Lumberjack. Thank you very much. Hey, you guys do pop out your handles every once in a while, so I do apologize if I'll call you by your screen name, but if I see your, if I actually remember your handle, I'll pop it out and say it. Pimpin' Rockman, keep running down south, supporting these brakes. Oh, you still ain't got support when the brakes come further north. Yeah, for sure. I will be trying. Hey, Michael, if you know anything about when BA is going to be holding his, if I know when that one day is, if he'll put out the flyer at the right time, then I will absolutely try to make it up there this year. I only had about 20 days notice last time, and I couldn't make it in that short notice. But I will definitely try if we have another one. So let me know about those events. The Watergate City, I don't know if I'll make it to, because I'll be in DC for a week in July, around the July 4th there at the time, so I might not be able to make it back to that one again. But we'll see. I will do whatever I can to make it to as many as possible. I made it to Arkansas this year. I made it to Walterboro, and that wasn't a Keydown. I'm at the West Palm Beach. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Jonesville. I should be, if they're not on the same day, I'll have to check and see where the Keyers are going. There might be another event in Greenville. We'll see how that goes. I'll talk to the Keyers and see what's going on there. And then there's one in October at the Wolfman event. It's going to be the 4th Saturday of October. There's also another one a week before. No, Wichita's a week before. I don't know when the Watergate City is, or the Midwest one is, what they call Midwest Massacre or whatever it's called. I don't remember the name. 212 WDC, waving a hand, man. So Rockman and 441 are keying this round. This is round 1, no, round 2 of 4-pill class. First round was Eagle 1 versus Drifter. Eagle 1 got it. We'll see what happens to him. Alrighty. What's going on there? Thing trying to go make you guys go blurry for some reason. What are you doing, camera? Make up your mind. Alright, sorry about that on TikTok land. If it's been doing that, I apologize. Thank you guys for sharing the live. I really do appreciate it. That helps more people see these videos. The goal is for as many people to see these things as possible, because I want to make these events kind of take off. That's the goal. That is. Let's bump that over. Let's zoom it in. Up like that. So, there we go. Let's get the front of that boom of 441's truck. There we go. Copy, that was the first time. Thank you, Lumberjack. Appreciate you letting me know. Alright. So we're watching Rockman and on the left and 441 on the right. The fella on the left over here in the straw hat is the one talking to the Watergate station. He's the one talking to the receiving station, and when they're ready, he will give them a call, and he will point at the light, and when he points at the light will turn green, and then they will queue. So they're really watching the light, but they're also watching him. They want to know when he's ready. And when he's ready, he points at the fellow with the light, and the fellow with the light turns the light green. All right, he backed out of the way, turned the light on. Here we go. It's about to turn on. And it's green. We hear one and worldwide both. Now, this is not a guarantee of who's going to win. That's just the side gate that I'm listening to on a little bitty walkie-talkie. So do not consider that to be the deciding factor. So this is just a single event. It happens for a couple hours on a Saturday, so it's not really a DX event or anything like that. This is just talking to a local receiving station. The frequency depends on the club, and I don't give it out till closer towards the end, just simply because I don't want people interfering on the frequency, and then the smaller classes not being able to participate properly. Alright, so maybe that'll focus properly. Hopefully you guys are seeing pretty good. Like I said, if you guys don't mind sharing this event, that's wonderful. I appreciate it. That's all I need. I had some people giving me gifts earlier. I really appreciate the gifts. I'm not going to turn them down, but at the same time, I don't want them. I want you guys to share the events. I want you guys to like the video, and that's what makes more people see it. And that's all I care about. I'm not coming here to these events to make money. I got all kinds of stuff I could sell. I got a whole trailer full of stuff I could bring. But that's not what the plan is for these things. So I hope you guys enjoy them. Like I said, that's the plan. That is the goal. I want you guys to like them. I want more people to see what's going on with these things. and I want more people to attend these events. So that's the plan. Thank you for tapping the screen on TikTok. It really does help. It promotes my video out to the For You page, I think is what it does. And then more people can see what's going on and participate and see what's happening. So that is really appreciated. Thank you very much. All right, so if you look to the left right here, this is where they're having their little deliberation right here. So on the back, he's on the phone right there. He's the one with the straw hat right there, again on the phone, calling out who the winner is, and we'll go from there. So 441 and Rockman. That's the third key they couldn't call a winner, or third key they couldn't call a winner, the first two keys. So we will see in just a moment who they call for the winner. So I'll bump this camera over on YouTube and Facebook so you can see the crowd. I'll bump this camera over. So yeah, now it's everybody in the photo, in the video right there, so you can see them all. So there's definitely more people spectating in different areas, but we're just focused on the Keydown guys. So we'll see who they call. He's still on the phone. I think they're going back to the gate. They'll listen to the gate a few times and see if they can call a winner. If they can call a winner, we can kind of go from there and see who wins. Last night, non-stop in Maryland. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you hanging out and checking this stuff out. If you want to pop your handle out there, Michael, I don't remember names with handles too well, so I do appreciate you supporting it. I appreciate you. I appreciate the appreciation, because that stuff like that's what makes me want to keep doing this stuff. You guys liking it, you guys enjoying it, you guys sharing it with your friends and stuff like that, because that's what's going to make these things bigger, and that's what also makes me feel like I'm making a difference. So I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's great. So in the short respite while he's still on the telephone with the Watergate station, I'm going to snag my little beef stick and get me something else. Did he call the winner? Looks like he called. He's bringing them back over together, maybe. I don't know. What's he saying? They're both listening together. This is both the keyers. Listen to what the Watergate station has to say. If they can't call a winner again, they might force them to swap out competitors. We'll see in a second. Big Mike, real Mr. Jack Johnson in Baltimore. Well, thank you, Big Mike. Appreciate you. Now, this video is not in JD's already. Please share it there. I think Hornet already shared it in his group, so thank you very much for that. That is the main goal. The main goal is they've got directional antenna systems. You can, by all means, come over here and set up a setup to compete with them. They're setting up a directional antenna system. There's classes based off of what class you want to key in. And then you buy into that class. There's a payout. And then, of course, if enough people key, there's a bonus. Whoever wins the rounds to the receiving station they're going to is the one that takes home the prize and the bragging rights and the trophy. So that's what's happening. All right, see what happened there. 394 might be coming to tell me. What happened? Okay. Swapping lanes, or are they swapping speed? They are. Breaking them up. Breaking them up. Okay, swap off. The winner cannot be called. So winner cannot be called. They'll break them up and they'll put them into other rounds, keying with other people. So between Rockman and 441, they could not call a winner. So they're going to put 441 with like Skinny Pimp or something like that, and put Rockman with like Drifter or something like, or with Eagle 1 or something like that. And that's how it's going to work. So all they're going to do is swap lanes. Or not swap lanes, swap gears. Thanks for the share. Appreciate you, Red Hawk. All right. So what we're doing here is we're swapping lanes. We're putting a different key, or not swapping lanes. We're putting two different gears together. So we're splitting those guys up. So they couldn't call a winner between two people racing. So what they're doing is now they're separating the people. And if there's hopefully there's a big enough gap between the other guys that they can move on up to the next rounds. That's a lot better camera. Alright, that's frustrating. That's a really good camera. I'll zoom out all the way. Man, that's nice too. If I could just use that camera every time, that'd be great. Look at that quality. I don't know if let me know on Facebook and YouTube if the quality's better on that right there than what I was on a while ago. That's kind of frustrating. I got one of those fancy Galaxy phones with like 200 megapixels or something. Woo, that's some real salt and vinegar right there. Copy that, Red Hawk. I'm actually talking to the YouTube and the Facebook guys. Yeah, thanks for that, Rockhound. That's frustrating, man. Because I'd like to get the whole truck. But I'll get them lined up like this. That'll be fine. That ain't too bad. Much better video. I know, I thought so too. That's very frustrating. So, I might move you guys on Facebook back a little further back. We'll figure it out. I don't know. Thank you. Appreciate the feedback there. Yeah, now on TikTok it's fine on the whole video. It don't matter. Thanks for tapping the screen, guys. It's really appreciated. I know on YouTube and Facebook it doesn't really do as much, but thank you guys for sharing it too. Yeah, I know. You guys give me some feedback. Let me know if y'all like this one better or that one better. I don't know which one I like better. It's hard to say. The zoomed in view is nice because it's nice and good quality, but it is shaking a little bit. The zoomed out view is alright, but that somewhere in between is just not so hot. I don't like it. YouTube's the same thing. Yes, I am live on YouTube also. You're napping if you're not tapping. Copy that, tapping the screen. Thank you, guys. I doubt you guys will beat Jonesville. I think it was like 6 guys that got 100,000 likes. I don't know how in the world they did that. I feel sorry for their fingers, but I really appreciate it. That would be the most likes I've ever gotten in a video. But I don't need that many. I just needed to get the For You page. So thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. Alright, I'm going to move over here because it's getting hot in this spot. I'm going to look for you guys' comments on Facebook and YouTube and see what you guys think. And I'll consider moving the camera somewhere else. The Skinny Pimp and Eagle 1 or 10. Eagle 1's already won. Any opinions about this view right here? This is a zoomed in view on Facebook and YouTube. And that's the zoomed out view. You guys let me know what you guys want. I'm okay with swapping to either one. Tell me guys what you think. Alright, see what you guys had to say. What's the opinion? What class this would be nice if you split the difference between. I know, I wish I could too. Zoom looks better, zoom looks better. I know, I wish I could zoom out in this view, but it won't let me zoom out and it won't let me zoom in either. So I'm stuck. So if I go to the split view, which is the one that I wanted earlier, let me show you guys real quick what it is. We're gonna go to this, and then when we zoom in, see the quality kind of suffers. It's just not there, in my opinion. So that's my complaint. I don't want to, I'd like to give you guys the best quality video possible. And in this case, it looks like I'm gonna have to sacrifice. So if I turn my phone sideways, I will mess up the view for everybody else on Facebook land. I can't turn sideways. All right, it's Skinny Pimp saying worldwide. You can hear his window down over there saying worldwide. No, these guys are not keying on 19, just so you know. That is not happening. Alright, so this is 4-pill class. This is moved up to, this is technically round 3, I believe. No, it was round 2. We had to skip round 2. This is technically round 3. So, we'll figure out who they call between Eagle 1 and Skinny Pimp. So, Skinny Pimp's on the left, Eagle 1's on the right. Eagle 1 won the first round versus Drifter, but they could not pick a winner between the other keyers, so they had to split them up. Let me know if the focus is messing up on YouTube, on TikTok, excuse me, because I think I saw that focus drop out again. Alright, so again, what this is this is a basically like a communications drag race. These guys are competing to a receiving station down the road. The most amount of time on that receiving station heard with your voice is the guy who wins. Everybody gets real competitive. They get directional antenna arrays and all kinds of other stuff to be able to make it to that receiving station. Again, these guys are not the guys on 19. Just because somebody on 19 says the same words does not mean they're the same people. Just keep that in mind. So it depends on where you're at on the event, where you're at on what frequency they're on events. Like if you go over to the Philippines, they have, or Indonesia, I think is what it is. They'll have one up on about 140 or 150 meg. That's very similar to this. They'll actually be outdoor keying. There's also a walkie-talkie Keydown over in South Carolina somewhere. Each one of those are on different frequencies. Just depends on the club on what frequency it's going to be on. Some of them are CB, some of them are amateur events. Just depends on where they're at, Isaac. Copy that. Appreciate you, Michael. Look, you see the quality there. I'm gonna bump it in one more time. Let you guys see and let you make your mind up, Michael. Because this video is for you guys. That's the difference in the quality between that partially zoomed in view and that zoomed out view. Yeah, it's up to 22 volts. And then it's back to zoomed out with the partial zoom. Alright, see who they call. both of them blew up. They're giving them an opportunity to go ahead and swap boxes and go ahead and get back in there again. So what they're doing, partial zoom is better than no zoom, but full zoom is best. Copy that. So they are going to rekey. They did not have the Watergate station on. They will not count the key as long if they don't have a recording of the key. So they did not count that key. Both of them blew up, so both of them are changing their equipment to be able to key again. All right, so this is 4-pill, technically round 3. We had a weird round 2. They couldn't pick a winner, so they did let the magic smoke out this time. Back years ago, from the RS perspective, was talking about it. Said, what you got to do is you got to get a really good net. And if you get this really good net, what's going to happen is as soon as you let that smoke out, you catch it really quick, and you throw it all back in those transistors right there, and then they start working again. Yeah, that's what you got to do. Yep, that's what happens when they blow. The output transistors in the devices let go and blew up. So. Alright, I got snacks, so I'm doing okay. I got a little bit of AC, so I'm still doing okay with that too. So we're just chilling out and waiting, seeing how this goes. Boy, I'm doing okay. It's not super hot here, but it'll dry you out, so drinking some water is good. Copy the partial screen. It's because it's vertical is what it is. So what I need to do, excuse me, I think it's because it's vertical, but if it's not, that would be weird. So I've got another software that I can add inline for YouTube that allows me to use vertical and horizontal on YouTube, but I haven't figured out how to make it work very well. So unfortunately for now, it'll just have to be not very good because it's not 16:9. I did both, Big Mike. I flew in. I was supposed to fly into West Palm Beach. I missed my flight, so I had to fly in to the only thing that's available on Memorial Day weekend, which was Sarasota, Florida. So then I drove 3.5 hours, which turned into 4 hours because it was a closed road, into West Palm Beach. And now I'm going to fly out to West Palm Beach on Sunday. So, hey, Mr. One Watt and Big D Dallas, waving a hand, man. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you guys. You guys are great. That is very much appreciated. Following me also shows your support. Copy's been going good for the past couple days. These events only happen a couple times a year, so if you guys get a chance to check them out, by all means, check them out. They're great. There's the next one, I think, is going to be Jonesville. There may be some other ones I'm not remembering, but I have a group. If you guys want to check it out, it gives you all the flyers for all the keydowns and stuff, and then some of the CB events and stuff like that. So if you guys want to join that group, you guys can get in there and see what's happening. I will try to post it on the main thing about some of the other events, but I haven't been getting around it. Where are you guys going about at? Where are you guys about at? West Palm Beach is where we're at right now. Road Doc, what's up? Hope you're doing well, man. Long time no see. Boy. Alright, so we got Skinny Pimp and Eagle One, both of them blue, so they're swapping, give them a chance to swap out their equipment to go ahead and key again. Alright, so we'll see how this goes. We'll go from there. Copy the around Lake Okeechobee. This event happens about once every other year. So it'll be every other year on Memorial Day weekend is when the West Palm Beach event is. There's an event later this year, and the second to last Saturday in October up in northeast Georgia. So it's a bit of a ride for you, but that's another one's happening. There's an event in Gulfport, Mississippi that's happening this year. Jonesville, North Carolina. Wichita, Kansas. Possibly Philadelphia this year. And then one around WDC and the other one somewhere else. I can't remember. Fredericksburg, I think, is where the other events are. Yes, they're going to be doing 2 antenna class. There's going to be either 2 or 3 competing. No, 3 of them competing in that class. So they will be doing that after these classes. So we'll see what happens next, and we will tell you guys as it happens. So you guys can see them installing new equipment in their stuff. That is Skinny Pimp putting his stuff in line right there. I don't know if Eagle's done or not, but we'll see how it goes. A lot of times you'll see guys that do some really, really kind stuff. I don't know if it happened or not, but a lot of guys will actually let other people borrow their equipment just to be able to key if they're down. That doesn't always happen, but it really is a lot of sportsmanship when it does actually happen. I am actually up towards Riviera Beach is where we're at right now. There's a park over here. If you're physically coming over here, definitely send me a message on, I guess just send me a message on here, and I'll try to see if I can remember the park name. As soon as I click off of this, though, it'll kill my live. So I'll have to go ask somebody what the name of the park is. But it's up near Riviera Beach is where it's at. It'll be going for the next couple hours, so by all means, if you want to come on down, there'll still be some stuff to see. Alright, so like I said, any questions you guys feel free to ask. I need a little extra monitor so I can watch and see what's going on over there while I'm sitting back over here, because I'm at the perfect angle where I can't see what you guys are saying. Hey, what's up? Hope you're doing well, man. We're doing a Saul Momonico, waving a hand, man. Foot, you mean Leadfoot? I'm not sure who you mean by foot. So the keys are going to be 394, DWB, Drifter, Bad to the Bone, Rockman, 441, Eagle 1, Skinny Pimp, and I think that's it. I think that's all the keys right now. Copy that. Hey, man. All support to the hobby. We got to get more people involved, man. That's the whole goal. If anybody wants to build one of these things, I will get you whatever resources you need to try to help you build one of these things. Because it would be very fun to have more people key. And I think the keyers would light up if they knew more keyers are going to come. Because that's the whole point of this. Have some fun, increase more people in the competitions. What's the distance between the keydowns? If you're talking about the distance to the receiving station, that would be about 15 to 40 miles, depending on the event. If you're talking about the distance between events, they're all over the country. So there's one in Wichita, Kansas. There was one in Little Rock, Arkansas. Actually, it wasn't really Little Rock. It was, what the heck was that city name? Oh, goodness. It's right in between Memphis and Little Rock. It's on the same road in between the two. I can't remember, actually, to be honest. I knew it the whole time I was there. There's another one in Philadelphia. There's another one in Fredericksburg, Maryland. There's another one around D.C. area. There's another one in Carnesville, Georgia. There's another one that happens sometimes every once in a while in Augusta, Georgia. There's another one that happens in Greenville, South Carolina. Another one that happens in Jonesville, North Carolina. There was one in Egg Harbor, New Jersey. I think I mentioned Philadelphia already. There's Gulfport, Mississippi. Yeah, There's places all over. No, it's not Hot Springs. It was, dadgummit, I don't know. If you look at the road in between Little Rock and Memphis, Tennessee, it's literally directly in between them almost. It's about yeah, Egg Harbor's pretty much done. I've already talked to the fellow running that one. I don't think he's going to be running another one. Forest City, there we go, thank you. It was Forest City, Arkansas. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. They'll be gears. They ain't going away anytime super soon. Eventually, they will go away if enough people don't come and key. But if more people come and key, then absolutely we'll get more people coming. The event, here they go. They're about to key. He's getting ready on the light. He's listening. We're going to listen as soon as we hear him key. Then we know they're keying. Talking on his little walkie-talkie back and forth. Light's still red. Talking to the water gate station, making sure they get a proper water gate going. They have to get the water gate on there. Thank you for this. Here they go. I'm hearing one. Worldwide's keying two. We'll see what happens. One versus Worldwide. I'm going to run up there and see who won real quick. Give me just a second so I can call it out for you guys. But, oh, one. Thank you. That was Eagle One, right? Cool. All right, Eagle One got it. Ugh, I'm being lazy over here. Hey, Noisy Bill, waving a hand, man. Hope you're doing well. Baltimore. There we go. That's what the is that the WDC one, or the Baltimore separate from WDC? I know there's the Midwest Massacre, and then there's the WDC, but is Baltimore the WDC? Let me know if that's correct or not. What's up, Noisy Bill? Waving a hand, man. The fundraiser to raise food's great. I've always had problems, Michael, trying to make that one because it always ends up hitting right either the weekend of or the weekend after the Wolfman event that happens. So the Wolfman's going to be a multi-day event that happens in the 4th Saturday in October. So hopefully it'll be the weekend of Halloween, or hopefully it happens the weekend before that. That would be great. And I'd love to make it. So I will definitely do my best to try to make it to one of those. The only thing it can't hit on is the 22nd to the 24th. If it hits on that, it'll be unfortunately an overlap on dates, and that would suck. Hopefully it don't happen. I always try to avoid stuff like that, but the Wolfman events, I think it's the 9th time it's happened this year, but it's going to be a multi-day this year. So Bugatti food drive break, awesome. All right. I was going to go to the Arkansas one, but didn't make it. I was glad you're covering it. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for sure. You got to have to be careful of that boom. That boom is shaking. Some of his elements are leaning over pretty hard on skinny pimps. Pimp, you're leaning a little. You're leaning a little. Tell him about his antennas leaning. Copy the separate from DC. It's cool to know. Baltimore breaks separate from DC. Because Baltimore, there's DC, and then what about the Fredericksburg one? Is that one, that's the one that Big Dog or whatever it helps with, right? I think. Make sure I've got that. It might be somebody else that does it. Hopefully I remember that stuff right. So I try to remember all these events as much as possible. All right, cool. So 3 separate ones. Thanks, Noisy Bill. Appreciate you liking it live, man. Appreciate you. Noisy Bill. Yeah. No, I saw somebody said Noisy. What is Noisy Bill? All right, we're here in West Palm Beach. We are currently, I believe, about to be in the finals. So we have 441 and Rockman that still have to get knocked out. Between 441 and Rockman, we'll figure out who gets knocked out between the two of them. And we'll go from there. We'll see how this goes. Copy the Fredericksburg's one. Camp and Rock helped me. That's all. That's good to know. I'm trying. I wish I could make it more of these one days. I've been trying to do what I can, but I don't know. I've made. I think I got 10 events I'm going to this year, so I'm trying to make as many as I can. It's a bit of a ride for me. I think it's about 10 hours to get to DC for me. All right, so we got 441 Ken. Rockman still has not been dethroned, and not dethroned per se yet. Neither one, 441 and Rockman still have to get pulled out of the class. So we'll see what happens with them. I don't know if they're just going to kill each other again or what. So I don't know if they'll put 441 and Rockman with each other again or not. We'll see what goes on, man. I mean, they're still talking about it, so well, they're talking about something. Alright, we're doing pretty good on charge. I think we'll be good for a while. Thanks for liking the live. I do appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that also. You guys are great. If you guys like these events, by all means, share them with your friends. Let everybody know about them. Get some more people interested in these things. Come compete. Come hang out. Come watch them. Copy the rock kill. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. That stinks when somebody passes away. See, that's the thing with these things. I want to try to support as many events as possible because I want these things to continue going forward. Drifter's not young. Several other guys are not young in this stuff. Eel and Rockman are not really agreeing with what's happening right now, so we'll see what's going on. I'm not trying to get in their business, but hey, it's on the field, so that's what it is. They're trying to match them back up, is what it is. That's what I thought was happening. They're trying to put Rockman with 441 again. Yeah, it's still making, so, depends, all power, just depends on who you're getting it with, just depends on, there's a bunch of different guys. You can message me and I'll try to give you some contacts. There's a couple different builders and you can decide who you want to get with. I can help with any of that stuff. So, they are arguing so far right now about rekeying over and over again. So, right now, Rockman and 441 got tied up for 3 rounds. Both of them blew. Eagle One's not super happy because he's already had to key twice. So, this is not really working out super well at the moment. So what's happening right now is we've had a problem. So we've had some guys that got tied up with one another, and now we've got some other guys that are having to key multiple times. So right now, Eagle One should be in the finals. He's keyed twice. So Eagle One's supposed to be in the finals right now. So Rockman is still not eliminated, and 441 is still not eliminated. So now Eagle One has to key a third time when Rockman and 441 have not settled who's the winner. So Skinny Pimp and Rockman, I don't think want to have to want Rockman to have to, by the rules, they don't want him to have to go against 441 again. But there's not enough competitors right now that's still left on the field. Drifter's been knocked out. Skinny Pimp's been knocked out. So the only one left is 441, Rockman, and Eagle One. So what should have happened is Skinny Pimp should have had to key against like 441 or something like that, and then Rockman should have had to, I don't know, key against somebody else. I'm not sure who would have got the buy and how they would have got the buy. But now it's looking like Eagle One's going to have to key with Rockman. That'll be his third key in this round, and then 441. And Eagle 441 looks like he's kind of automatically moved to the finals to figure out he has to race whoever wins, which is kind of, I don't really know what's happening here. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This is just my best guess. Now it's lower HF Grande. So we're trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure it out from this distance while also not getting in everybody's business. The last thing you want to do is get between two keyers that are hot and irritated based off of the situation that's going on. So I don't want to be rude and disrespectful to anybody like that. So I'm staying out of their business. But this is the best I can surmise based off of what I'm seeing over here. We'll see how accurate I was if anybody wants to come in and tell me what actually happened. But I'm not that worried about it. There's drama everywhere. There's always stuff that's going to happen. So we'll see who lines up, how they line up, what they're going to do, and see how this is going to work. So we do have Rockman coming back. 441 has not been eliminated, and Eagle One has not been eliminated. Eagle One has won 2 separate rounds, and then 441 has 0 wins, and Rockman has 0 wins right now on this class, that is. So we'll see how this goes. You can imagine where the conversation was going, where they weren't super happy about what was happening, because that means it's like if you're drag racing, right? If you got a drag car and you got to take your drag car down 3 passes, and somebody else only has to take their drag car down, tried to take their car down 3 passes, but couldn't take them down the 3 passes, but you won the light, but they didn't win the light. Yeah, sure, they should have to run again. But if you already clearly won, why should you have to run again? So that's definitely a question. For fairness on the keyers, to be honest, I mean, technically both of them keyed 3 times. So to be fair, you could say that. But Eagle's the only one who's gotten the clear win so far. So I don't know. We'll see how that kind of goes. What cheap SWR gauge would you recommend for CB radio? Dosimeter is going to be easy to get a hold of. LP100A is the next step up from there, and the best one you can get is going to be the Bird 43 kind of setup. So those are the ones I'd kind of lean you in the direction of. There's probably some other ones you could buy that would be pretty decent, but that's the ones I would recommend. All right. If you guys got questions, y'all feel free to ask. We'll talk more about this as we go. We got Eagle One and Rockman's going to be keying here shortly. We'll see how this goes. So, I was going to hook up to a microphone, but I don't think I need to, so I'm going to back this off and move this back over here. What's that thing? Stop being at me. Alright, he's on the phone, they're inspecting. They get a chance to inspect the back of each other's trucks whenever they want to do it. They're getting ready. Oop. He's on the phone. He's getting behind them. They're getting ready with the light. The light's red. They're revving up. They're getting ready. Light is still red. Here we go. He's waiting for the down call from the guy on the phone with the receiving station. There they go. There was an issue on that key. Somebody keyed, somebody else didn't key. Eagle didn't have his box hooked up. They're getting ready to do it again. Here we go, let's see what happens. They're getting ready. He said, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" He's backing off. He's about to tell the fellow when to turn the light. Somebody honking a horn. Alright, what's going on here? Looks like Rockman went and hook up. What's going on here? Whatever, they'll key again. So first key, Eagle one wasn't hooked up. Second key, Rockman wasn't hooked up. Alright, something happened. Alright, we'll see who won. I'm going up there real quick. We'll see what happens. All right, Rockman got that key. So that fella in the green and tan truck won that key. So now it's going to be 441 versus Rockman. Thank you, Taka. Arigato. So it looks like, no, they were saying 1 in worldwide. That's what they were saying. So we being lazy over here. I'm taking my shoes off and everything. I'm relaxing over here, best I can at least. So currently we have, thanks for the share, appreciate that very much, Max. So Eagle 1 versus Rockman final. It's a 4-pill class. Rockman's got, oh, excuse me, 441 versus Rockman. 441's in the band. Eagle 1 got knocked out. I don't know about all that. We'll see how it goes. They I'm lucky I brought a bunch of snacks. All right, 4-pill finals. Yeah, it's pretty decent weather. It's nice and windy right now. That's great. Because even though it's warm here, it's definitely windy. Alright, we are eating our junk food. I'm eating some gummies, and I'm eating some chips and some beef sticks. So that is my lunch / supper. There they go. That's a hard one out here. 1 in worldwide. Back and forth, back and forth. All right, let's go see who won the finals. Alright, so we're running them again. So they couldn't call it a winner. So this is the finals 4-pill class. Running them again. We'll see who wins. I guess I'll do it now. Just biggest thing is just try not to interfere, try not to be a problem, try not to give an issue. But you should be able to listen out on 4. So 4. All right. So I think we'll be enough in the next classes where it won't be a problem. All right, this is the finals of the 4-pill class. I try to wait till quite a bit later because we don't want interference on the band. So just whatever you do, don't interfere, don't be a problem. Because otherwise, then I'll regret doing that and won't do that again next time. All right, so check it out and see what's going on next, guys. This is 4-pill class finals. This is 441 on the right and Rockman on the left. So if you guys want to get a clearer picture on Facebook land, we'll bump you in right there. You guys can see the 2 trucks right there. That's Eagle 1 right there on the right. I'm not sure how him and 441's related or something. I think but both of them's Eagle 1 owns that other truck. So, all right, they getting ready. He's running back to the light, getting ready with the light. Watergate station's getting ready. All right, see what we hear on our little side gate. It's not the real gate, but side gate. See what we hear. Oh no. Somebody keyed early. He jumped the light? I think he jumped the light. The bad thing is you got to watch. You can't jump the light. You can't get in front of the light. It's frowned upon, but you're usually not disqualified because there's not a ton of people keying, so they got to make sure everything's good. He's going to check his box, make sure nothing happened. All right, let's keep on waiting and see what's going on here, guys. We're moving on to the next. We're still on the 4-pill finals. Yeah, that's pretty sure that was somebody keyed before the lights. So it was. I think it was Rockman, but I'm not sure. As 441 jumped out the truck and hollered at him. Not like hollered, but just went over there and talked to him. And Eagle 1 went over to his window too. Here they go. Don't jump the light. We'll see what happens. It's changed. They're good. We got worldwide and 1. Worldwide and 1. We'll see. I'm gonna run over there and see who they call. I should have enough battery. I'm gonna take you guys with me so you guys don't get left out of the mess. Oh, come on, get out of there. All right, taking you guys with me. I'm gonna zoom out to the regular view. Zoom out to the regular view. 4-pill finals. Who do they call?
that again?
You got it muted. They didn't hear you ask you to say it again.
You got it on that. Yeah, I got it so they can hear on that side. So
Yeah.
they're listening to the gate again.
Okay.
It's that tight. It's just that close.
That's fine.
I hear y'all in the phone. I mean, it's locked up. For real. Yeah.
Look, give me some phone knuckles. I walk around like a dummy with both my hands. I had a bracket where I had them tied together, but I lost it.
Well, I didn't want you to
There you go.
the other hand with something.
I'm occupied. Too bad.
Oh, we got all night.
They don't want to be here all night. I don't want to be here all night. I tried grabbing one morning. Hit the river.
Oh!
We call it a winner.
One is the winner.
What?
Rock got
Give me
it.
some, baby. Give me some, baby. Give me some, baby. Give me some. Give me some.
Good job.
Yes, sir.
Good job, Rockman. All right.
Give me some.
All right. So give me a second real quick. We're going to run around. I'm going to get back over here there and get lined up for 8 fill class. I'm going to kill the live for a second. I'll restart it. So you guys be watching out for that live to come back here pretty soon. But I got to cool down my phones because they say they're overheating right now. So give me about 10 minutes and I'll be back live again. So if you guys want to check it out and see what's happening in the 8 fill class and on up, by all means do it. See you guys. I'll see you soon.